The silence.
Hello, everyone. We are here. We're waiting for people to join. But today we are going to offer some complimentary card readings for you guys. Following the eclipse, it's been kind of crazy. So any type of question's okay, except for medical questions. And then there are certain things that we won't answer with wording as far as like tapping into somebody else's personal life. We don't do that either. But any question about you personally, aside from something medical that includes pregnancy and stuff like that, we would be happy to answer for you. We have absolutely no problem doing complimentary readings, but if you wanted to do something a little more in depth, we often have quite a few readers available, and you can always pre-book an appointment or come in for walk-ins. If you would like a reading, just give us a comment with your first name, preferably, so we know who we're reading for. And then your question. If you don't have a specific question, you can just say general, and we will see what the cards say. And we will actually be in shot right now. We're just watching the thing to see people joining and see if there's any comments. So. Richie says, I don't know about everybody else, but I've been exhausted since the eclipse. I completely agree with that. Mm-hmm. And even people who are not super spiritual said they felt the same way, that after the eclipse, like it just felt like all your energy is drained.
Yeah.
A lot of that is because we purged a lot of old stuff, and that can be really, really tiring. So everybody just be really gentle on yourselves and afford yourself some rest if you can. Be really gentle about productivity and stuff too, because right now is more of a time of reflection instead of action. Richie, do you want a reading? I'm going to pull you some cards.
Yeah, for everyone who is joining now, we are doing live readings for you guys. After the eclipse, we talked about how we were just like, I feel like everyone needs a little extra love. Maybe you have some questions that need answered. The only thing we are not doing is anything medical. We will not be answering any medical questions or any questions regarding other people other than yourself. We don't tap into other people without their consent. So,
all right, Richie, do you have a question, or you want to just get a general reading? I know you didn't necessarily ask for one.
He said he was gonna. I was gonna say you asked, but we know you were going to.
You know me.
But yeah, keep in mind that the questions that are asked are going to kind of be up to discretion as to if the reader feels comfortable doing it.
Yeah. Also, I guess for anybody listening, I do read here on Wednesdays. If you ever wanted to book a more in-depth reading with me, you're more than welcome.
Richie did say general.
General, okay. Richie, not from the cards, but just from my own intuition. I know that you're always really connected to spirit, but I think since the eclipse, you've been even more so. The reason was the eclipse took away some of your fear around that kind of stuff that we've talked about before. But now, again, you're exhausted, and then that did amp up activity for you a little bit. So if you're noticing more activity happening around you, that's why. Okay. And give yourself the rest that you need. And that actually is going to end up being a key for you, unlocking a whole lot of information and abilities that you didn't have before. So letting yourself rest is what's most important. We do need to do a big cleansing, okay? So that's kind of what we talked about, where I feel like spirit activity is ramping up for you a little bit. I know you know how to cleanse, so just do that a little bit more often. And pay attention to Luna, too, because she's really seeing a lot. Lastly, as far as, because I know that you live where you work, this is a little, how I'm reading this is different, but I got the house card and then birds. So that could be a lot going on with coworkers or other people that live in the motel that you work at. People are kind of talking, conversing. Sometimes it can be sort of negative, but in this sense, I'm just getting that you're feeling a lot of feedback, specifically from a woman that you work with. You're probably going to take a trip soon, so that's going to rejuvenate you a little bit. And then lastly, we're talking about rethinking about our commitment. So if you're over committing to things or doing things that doesn't feel right to you, you're able to break that commitment anytime. So just really think about it before you make any type of commitment or sign anything, any contracts, stuff like that.
We've got Mike who asked, did I make the right decision by taking this job?
Okay, let's see.
Mike is over on TikTok.
All right. So just energetically, I'm feeling like it wasn't exactly what you expected when you took it. I think that there might be issues with the actual work environment. That being said, you can act as a catalyst for change. So just because it's not comfortable doesn't mean it's not meant for you. Let's see what the cards say. Okay, so I don't know if you got that job through a friend or something like that, but this is talking about you do have somebody loyal there. So even if other coworkers might be giving you a hard time, stick to the people that you are friendly with and loyal to, and you'll have good luck. But again, I got this cleansing card. So that's probably going to be in a lot of them because of the eclipse, but cleansing your energy, cleansing your space. Don't take your work home. There is going to be a big thing about like you finding happiness with your coworkers and at work if you really open yourself up and give them a chance to get to know you. Now, it may feel a little burdensome right now for you. Like you can kind of be a martyr, focus too much on other people. But at the end of the day, I think that it was a good job for you to take, if only for you to just gain some knowledge for the next one that you have. So definitely the right choice for you. It might not be forever, but.
We've got Maria, which said Maggie would like a general reading.
Okay. What's going on with Maggie? Maggie, you're dealing with a lot of anxiety right now because my chest is getting very tight as we're talking. So what I want you to do is look into somatic healing. It's about healing your nervous system and making sure we get out of fight or flight mode because I think you've been kind of stuck in that situation. So it looks like there's a lot of new opportunities opening up for you as far as groups where you can be spiritual and discuss those kinds of topics. There's a lot of confusion going on with a man in your life where he's not making his intentions very clear. He almost might have like an authority over you. But I do see it ending up working out okay if he's able to kind of drop his ego down a little bit. So I hope that made sense for you.
We've got Linda who's asking for a general reading.
Okay, Linda.
Linda.
I know you probably heard that so many times. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I sing the Sierra song to Sierra, so I feel like
every day,
she can understand your pain. All right, Linda. Okay. You've got some kind of message. Typically, this would be something in the mail because it's a written letter. So that means it's a little more official than just like a text message or something. That thing took away what you felt like was a new opportunity for you. So I don't know if this has something to do with like moving and something fell through with the contract. I'm not really sure what it is, but it did feel like opportunity was taken from you. And then you're very surprised by that. But it actually is a gift. So what you were going to do wasn't going to end up being meant for you. So spirit kind of intervened. So instead of thinking of it as like a roadblock or having something taken, think of it as just redirection into the right path. Lastly, huge focus on your subconscious. This is literally an eclipse that we're seeing in the picture. your dreams and stuff are probably pretty crazy right now. This is also talking about your shadow self. So maybe before you try and manifest that next thing, really dig into kind of some of the beliefs that you're telling yourself that might not necessarily be true anymore. Also, send your inner child some love because she needs it.
We have Lenore, who would like a general reading.
Lenore, I know you. So anyone listening, Lenore makes beautiful jewelry. I think it's called Sapphire Dreams is her company. But she seriously makes the most beautiful jewelry, meditation necklaces and stuff. And I think she's still got a couple that are eclipse meditation necklaces. I have one that was made with ruby, garnet, and pink tourmaline and rose gold that is for romantic love. It's a little spicy. And Lenore made that for me. So
Linda also said thank you.
you're welcome, Linda. Lenore. All right, Lenore, you're worried about your grandchildren, but they're going to be okay. You've got the power to protect them. You know how to protect them. One of them's pretty sensitive, though, okay? So this means that they are connected to the other side, probably more than you or their mama would really want them to be, okay? I have some experience with that, as my little one is like that. The eclipse did exacerbate that for him a little bit, but I think that truly that's going to open his abilities up, and it isn't a bad thing, even if it can feel a little scary. It's really important right now for you to focus on your hopes and dreams and not become impatient. So things are working for you. If it's taking a little bit of time, it's just because it's fully fleshing out, so it can be the right thing. And then also just it's saying that you have a lot of wisdom that you can offer other people. So being just older and wiser, you can offer that to maybe your grandson's parents or just to him specifically to kind of help him work through that because you have such a connection to spirit. And then there is a loyal friend of yours that you can ask to enlist some help. So she would be somebody that's kind of like worldly and exciting, and she's really going to help you help your grandchildren. I hope that made sense for you.
Lenore said yes, and she only has one of the eclipse ritual necklaces left.
Okay.
And then we've got a lot of hellos and thank yous. So hi to everyone who's joining. We have a lot of people over on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. So hello.
For those of you that didn't hear, I do offer readings in the store on Wednesdays. I'm here from 2 to 6. So if you ever wanted to get a more in-depth one, I'd love to help you out. Furthermore, I can do Zoom readings too. So just get one of my cards, get in contact with the store, and we will take care of that.
Keep in mind the readings that we're doing are very, very short and
Yes.
sweet. We're trying to fit in as many as you guys as possible.
Yes. So it would be like a full in-depth 15-minute reading where I'm just focusing on you and your energy. So it would be a little different.
We have, let's see, looking for the next person. Sherry. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go in order. Sorry, guys. Brenda.
Okay, Brenda.
Also, it's general. A lot of these are just general as of right now.
That's my favorite anyway. All right, Brenda. Okay. Before I even pulled some cards, I got the feeling that please correct me if I'm wrong, and also tell me to shut up if it's too personal, okay? I think you're kind of mad at a man in your life right now. Not happy with him, okay? If you aren't aware of this, I do want to say he's acting out behind the scenes, so you might not know exactly what's going on. You don't always see snakes in the grass when they're there, but they're there, so just be very cautious with that. This doesn't involve another woman, okay? I don't know if you guys have children together or not. That's also bringing it up. So Spirit is going to kind of cut that stuff away, okay? They're going to force you to do the things that are going to make you happy, whatever that is. And lastly, that will result in you finally giving yourself the rest you deserve. And I don't think that you've really gotten that recently. So get that rest so that you can be more stable, but just be careful about somebody betraying your trust.
We've got Sherry, who would like a general.
Okay, Sherry.
As far as getting a reading, you just give us your name and what type of reading you would like. If there's a question specifically that you want to ask, we just asking that we are not going to answer any medical and or uncomfortable questions that we just don't feel the right to be answering. Same thing with we won't be answering any questions about other people.
Like an example of that would be like, how does blah, blah, blah feel about me?
Yeah.
You can ask, what can I do to strengthen my relationship with blah, 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 but I'm not going to tap into someone's energy when they didn't consent for me to do that. So I just wanted to be more clear about kind of what we meant when we say certain questions we're not going to answer, just to protect everybody's privacy and stay ethical in that. Okay, Sherry. Okay. Something's really getting in the way of your peace, to the point that it might even be affecting your health. Okay. So if there are people in your life that are doing that, we need to cut them out. Okay. Sometimes even that emotional stress or spiritual stress can cause physical symptoms. So just be careful of that. Always see a doctor though, like we said, but just saying I'm feeling that there are maybe some health issues popping up. Not going to go any further into that. Lots of movement and travel for you right now. We got to stop being such a martyr, okay? So we don't have to lay ourselves down for everybody. Only the ones that really deserve it. And when you're doing that, you're telling people I come second. My well-being isn't as important as your well-being. Not only are you teaching them that, you're teaching yourself that. So just always be careful to put yourself first. And lastly, really lean on the friends that you need to. Something's taking away, like I said, your peace and your cleansing energy. A good cleanse of your house is always a good idea, but something is really getting in the way of you progressing further. And I think it's a person. So.
We have a general for Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer. Okay, more shuffle. Jennifer, let me know if you're worried about mom right now. That's just kind of popping in my head that you are worried about your mother.
Hello, Bree. I see.
Bree!
This is Nocturnal Bree, different Bree.
Oh. No, you're nice too. I'm sorry. I thought it was Bree, one of the readers. I'm sure you're excellent. All right. Okay. You've got a lot going on at home. But your home is your safe space at the end of the day. So that's what's important is you're always going to be safe in your home, but just making sure that nothing ever feels burdensome. You've got a whole lot of choices that you need to make. And she's like sitting here, hold on, pondering the crossroads, right? Which way do I go? Which way do I go? One of those ways is going to be cutting something out of your life. That's a scythe. Okay. Cut that right out. You'll know what it is when it's time. Lastly, you are probably going to be getting some kind of offer to further your trade. So whatever it is that you do for work, specifically if you make something with your hands, if you're a reader, but something that you specifically do and offer, you're going to get some kind of like thing in the mail that maybe would be an opportunity for you. So definitely keep an eye out for any type of opportunities that might come up and networking opportunities as well.
We have Trevor who wants a general.
Okay.
Hi, Trevor. How are you?
And then just so everybody knows, if you like these cards, these are the Rana George Lenormand. They are actually all made. The creator is from Lebanon, and I'm Lebanese, so that's why I kind of like these cards. Cute little hamster on the back. And the imagery is all Beirut, Lebanon. So just in case anyone was wondering. Okay, Trevor. I dropped a card, so that seems important. Okay. Right now, you might feel like you're kind of being held back by red tape, if that makes sense. So bureaucracy, that kind of thing, but there's an opportunity for you to make quite a bit of money. So hang in there. Fish is abundance, it's affluence, it's having everything that you ever need. So definitely a good idea to keep doing what you're doing, even if you feel a little bit bogged down by all of that. It will work itself out. If you have any children, really spending time with them right now is super important. Okay. So giving them the gift of your time and attention, and you would be so surprised what they can actually give back to us. So, maybe even taking your kid out, if you do have them, to go do something fun. I keep hearing like monster trucks. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but taking them to like Monster Jam or something. The biggest key right now is leaning into authority. So you're going to have an authoritative tone. You are going to demand and command respect and power, but in a way that does not ruffle any feathers. So that's going to be the hardest part here. Then this is amazing. So you've got the mice taking away the mountain. Mountain is a struggle or a roadblock you can't get over. The mice removing that means it's not going to be an issue much longer. So stop worrying. Okay.
All right. We have, sorry, I am scrolling.
That's okay. I'm just going to check the time. We're probably going to do this until about 2, everyone. So if we don't get to you, I'm really sorry. We're doing our best, but I also need to help my coworkers on the floor as well. So we won't be doing this for much longer than, half hour.
So we've got Mila for a general. I hope I'm saying that right. You're very welcome, Trevor.
Okay. Mila, there's somebody that's offering you spiritual advice that I wouldn't necessarily trust, okay? I feel the need to actually reiterate that even more, that it might be like a reader online or something like that you, and I'm not saying anything bad about anybody. All I'm saying is just be careful about that. You are your own spiritual guru, okay? You don't need to look outside of yourself for any type of knowledge because you kind of have that within. So just be really careful about that and about who you allow to have access to your energy. Right now, it might feel like your choices are kind of being taken away a little bit. So you might feel kind of stuck. I'm having the feeling that has something to do with housing. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what I feel. Let's see how that's going to get resolved. You might have to just look a little bit further out than where you were looking initially, and you should find something, okay? Lastly, I want to talk about spiritual wisdom being opened up for you. This really is like a rebirth for you. Whatever happened in these last 2 months has set the tone for a very prosperous future for you. It will take a little bit of patience, but the stork just talks about that new opportunity, new beginning, and a blank page. So very good cards for the most part.
Mila just said, OMG, that just happened. So
really?
there's definitely, Trevor also said, thank you. He said, wow, that was amazing.
Thank you guys.
So we really appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, sure. I really, really do. Cause I like to know if I hit on it or not. So very good. Thank you.
We've got Donna, sorry, that would just like a general reading. Okay. For anyone that did ask, the list is pretty long. So we might not get to everybody, but we're gonna knock out as many as we can until 2.
Yes. And what I'll do is I will end before we completely get off. I'm gonna do a general reading for everybody so that at least you get something and don't feel like we didn't get to you. To be honest, we don't do live readings very often. I'm normally chatting away about something. So I didn't expect this much interaction as much as I am so grateful for it. So all right, let's see. This is for Donna. Donna, I think you're supposed to call your sister. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but give your sister a call, even if you don't want to. Okay? I know what that's like, but give your sister a call.
Hate to interrupt. Sunflower on TikTok. We're just kind of going in order. So there is quite a bit of people that were ahead of everybody on TikTok on our other platforms. So we're trying to just get to everybody in the order that they asked.
Okay, so again, huge connection to Spirit right now. Spirit is definitely at work here. Again, that scythe is coming up. It's that eclipse energy. A lot of people are getting it. Spirit's cutting away things that are not working for you. I think there might be some family issues going on. Like I said before, just stand tall. You are meant to break a lot of generational curses. So just because people don't understand doesn't mean you're not doing the right thing. The eclipse brought you a lot of luck with that. You might have even uncovered some secrets that you weren't necessarily wanting to know, but it's important that you do know them. So, grieve, accept it, and then integrate it. Okay. Lots of happiness coming for you, lots of spiritual enlightenment and things like that. Again, I say this to a lot of people who do the readings because this is very valid for a lot of people, but put yourself first, okay? We're not going to put ourselves on that cross for just anybody. We're going to do it for the people who deserve it, okay? You are not everybody's keeper.
The other platforms we are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and I'm missing one.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube.
Yes, there we go. Yeah. Let's see. We've got Katrina. Katarina. I'm terrible.
Katarina Petrova.
She would like a general reading on what to expect for this upcoming weekend.
Okay. What's going on this weekend for Katarina? Have you watched Vampire Diaries? Because Katarina Petrova is Catherine's original name, and that's what I thought of. So I hope you've seen it. I love Nina Dobrev. She's my girl crush. Yes, I did just say that on a live, but it's fine. Okay. Are you going on a date? You might be going on a date. But you're going to have to make some choices about if that person's really meant for you or not. I see that they can be very, very loyal, but there is something in the way. I don't know, like, I'm getting the feeling it might be a friend's ex or something, to be honest with you. If it is, it's okay. She'll get over it. But I see it going very, very well. The only thing, just be careful that we're not going to bring in junk from our old relationship into this one. If you're not actually going on a date that you have planned, you are probably going to meet somebody through a mutual friend is kind of how I'm feeling. But yeah, this weekend, yep, that guy card came up twice. So I'm going to go ahead and say you're meeting somebody, maybe even taking a little trip or something like that, but you're going to be with a group of people you trust very much. So enjoy yourself.
All right, guys, we probably got time for, I want to say 2 more.
Yeah.
So,
and then
we'll do the collective. Yeah. So for everyone who didn't get their personal, we are going to do just one for the whole general after these last 2.
Yes.
So we've got.
And there's no way to turn off commenting or queue or anything. I would have done it. So I'm sorry for anybody that commented and I didn't get to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just a reader. I'm an employee. So gotta wear many different hats.
So we've got William. He goes, my question would be, what are all these synchronicities I've been seeing mean? The numbers and weird coincidences. I have good feelings about them.
First things first, I want you to read Sidewalk Oracles by Robert Moss. We have it at the store, but you can get it anywhere, Amazon, Kindle, whatever. All about synchronicities and basically using what you see around you for divination. So really, really a cool book. He calls synchronicities Newmans, which is like a wink from the universe. So think of it that way. The universe winking at you, telling you you're on the right path. You have a this is not with cards. This is just what I'm seeing because I'm literally seeing you sitting in the middle of the woods with your hands in moss. So that's telling me you have a very, very deep connection with nature. You're supposed to be using that in order to heal others. I almost see you maybe facilitating some kind of retreat or workshop or something. I keep wanting to, I'm hearing the word a druid. I don't know if that's what you do.
Infinity, I did not see your question. So I apologize if I missed it.
William, there's a mentor that you can really trust that's going to help you get closer. So listen to what they have to say. They see something in you that you don't see in yourself, okay? Lastly, your house needs to be your safe space. If there are people in there that are not your safe space, get them out. They're getting in the way of your success. But the synchronicities really mean that you're just like on your spiritual path. You're very stable too. So you're not somebody that kind of gets like blown one way or the other. You know your values, you know what it is that you want to do. Just make sure that anchor is holding you stable and not just like dragging you down, if that makes sense. But the synchronicities mean that you're a spiritual person and that you are supposed to be kind of in this world.
Maggie, we so the readers here do personal readings.
We have them pretty much here like every day of the week. It should be available on our website. Me specifically, I'm here on Wednesdays from 2 to 6 to do in-person readings. If you would like a Zoom reading, we can definitely work something out. My Instagram is My Spiritus Mundi, so my MySpiritus Mundi, MUNDI. If you want to DM me.
Okay, and this will be the last one. I'm going to go back because there was one that I had missed.
Okay.
As far as RM, do you mean roommate?
I knew someone had a roommate situation because listen, she's been couch surfing. So if that's what you're talking about.
He said, what is the current energy and future of my connection with RM? So I'm guessing roommate.
Maybe initials of somebody.
Or somebody.
You know what?
He goes, no, it's initials.
Hold on. How is the question phrased so I can make sure that this is
what is the current energy and future of my connection?
Okay, I can do that. Just want to make sure.
This will be the last one as far as personals. We're going to do a big collective one here in a second after we answer this one. And then that will unfortunately be it. We only have 30 minutes.
Yes, but I so appreciate all of you interacting. This is really, really fun for me. So, okay, what's the current and future? It's looking pretty good. The only thing is, you guys, I don't know. I'm trying to say this without disclosing this person's personal information because, like, there is stuff that happened in the past that is getting in the way, as you mentioned before. But I think that there's a lot of trauma being brought in from past relationships into this current one, which is what caused what some of your issues are. I keep hearing PTSD. And so you're not fully seeing all of that though. So like you might not have the full picture, but it's going to end up going really good for you. So this is that person, I'm assuming. We've got the heart, which is very happy, romantic love. We have a bouquet, which is a gift or a surprise. So I see it working out really well for you, but you just got to let them be a little bit more open, and they'll open up to you when they're ready.
Anna, we're sorry. That was our last question. So we're going to do a collective reading, and that will be about it.
Just
you know what? I'll come into
I
this
so appreciate you guys understanding. I'm sorry I couldn't get to everybody. We didn't expect so many. All right, so I'm going to use tarot. This is the Golden Art Nouveau tarot, and Sierra's going to use the Magical Spirit Oracle. I'm going to pull, let's see, 5 cards, I'll say.
And I'm just going to do a single.
Perfect.
And not a good note.
Perfect. That's what Oracle's nice for. Something happy. Okay. So collectively, I'm just seeing so much like, it almost like reminds me of like ectoplasm or like black smoke or something, but just like pluming out at everybody and going to the Earth's core. So I doubt that's actually what's happening. I think it's a symbol again for the eclipse and everything purging and getting out of our way, because the last time we had even like a partial eclipse, I'm pretty sure it was 2017. Everybody think back to what you were doing in 2017. and see if those cycles have come to an end with this eclipse. So, okay. Right now, huge focus on being a student, on learning, and on making things with our hands, being an apprentice. So look at the world as a teacher, as a textbook. I can learn something from every single person that I come across. And we need to ask for help when we need it. You can't carry all these sticks by yourself. You're going to drop one. You need to ask for help. And don't be worried about the judgment of others and what you're doing with your life, and also the judgment that we place on ourselves, because nobody can live up to like these impossible standards that we place on ourselves. We're all going to make mistakes. Do your very best, and you did enough. Lastly, this is a big talk. Wishes are going to come true for everybody, but you have to actually move, okay? This is the wish card, and this is the victory card. So if we deal with all this junk on those first 3 cards and making sure we ask for help when we need it, making sure we're working through those old wounds, we're really going to get exactly what it is we want. But focus on your manifestation. Your thoughts have power. So let's see what Sierra has to say.
All right. So we're going into like a time of like passion and abundance. So all this ooziness that has been, coming off is getting shed. So now is the opportunity to live in this abundant lifestyle, to shed what wasn't and bring in what is. I've also got the Sweet Oblivion card, which is a little bit of uncertainty, but it's fate. So we've got, we're going into something, you guys might be going into something that relatively you're very skeptical about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel like this whole eclipse was.
100%.
It was shedding this like skin like a snake, and now we're a little bit more vulnerable, but it's moving into this like next chapter in life.
1,000,000%.
So these are the cards for these guys right here.
Those are beautiful.
They're very pretty.
Yeah, the way I'm hearing it is kind of like, just because you can't see where your path is going doesn't mean that you're not on the right one. You just have to have faith.
Yeah.
Also honor your ancestors right now. This eclipse kind of made that veil a little thin. It's always thin because it's a veil, but we have a little bit of ease as far as communicating with maybe people who passed on. And I'm kind of getting called to tell you that spending a little extra time with them, whether they're here or not, would be really beneficial for everyone. Yeah. So. Yeah, but thank you all for listening. Again, I'm Emily. I'm here on Wednesdays. This is Sierra. We didn't really get to talk too much about it, but she works with crystal skulls. So she's teaching a class, I think, on the 19th about how to work with them. So if you want to sign up, you can do that on our website. And then we were also talking about a lot of limiting beliefs and shadow stuff. I am teaching a shadow work class May 4th, and then another one May 11th. These are 2 separate classes. We'll be going over 2 separate content, but you don't have to take them consecutively. But just wanted to let you all know. Thank you for listening and have a great day.